Welcome to Legal Marketing Happy Hour.
Welcome to Legal Marketing Happy Hour, where we serve up tactical marketing insights that help law firms grow smarter, faster, and more profitably. I'm Evan Mack, and today I'm joined by Lindsay Marty, founder and CEO of Above the Bar Marketing. Lindsay is a data-driven strategist who knows how to turn your online presence into real client engagement. Now, we all seen those law firm websites that make you raise an eyebrow or hit the back button. Maybe it's confusing, outdated, or just feels cold and generic. So here's a question. If your website were a first date, would they call you back? Today, we're breaking down what makes a website instantly trustworthy, what turns clients off in seconds, and how small changes can get you more calls, consults, and conversions. This is If Your Website Were a First Date, Would They Call You Back? Welcome, Miss Lindsay.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you here. We've seen a lot of law firm websites. What's the biggest bad first date vibe that you see?
If your website is not mobile friendly or mobile responsive today, you might as well not have one. Everybody's searching on mobile. Your website needs to adapt to all screen sizes. That's absolute number one. We don't see that as much anymore, but it's still, we still do, unfortunately. Also, the load speed has to be fast. That's absolutely crucial, especially on mobile. If it's taking long to load, that user's already onto the next site. A couple of other things, the load speed and making sure that, the site is mobily responsive is crucial. But other things like that are so important are making sure that there are several ways for them to contact you on the homepage, on every page of the site. The phone number needs to be prevalent in the right-hand corner, maybe in the center of the screen. It needs to have click-to-call features. There needs to be contact forms on every single page of the site. The reason that they're there is because they need help, and they're looking for a place to call to get that help. And if you don't give them several opportunities to contact you, again, they're on to the next person. So design is obviously very important. It shows your personality. It shows who you are as a firm, your professionalism. But those key features are so important.
So how quickly, in your opinion, do visitors make judgments about a website? Is it instant when they arrive there? How does that first impression really matter?
Oh, absolutely. If the important stuff isn't above the fold, which in digital marketing terms, that's so they don't have to scroll at all. If the important information isn't right there and it doesn't, load fast and have all the information they need, they're on to the next.
So what are some red flags that cause potential clients to bounce without taking action? Is it the load speed that's a big deal? Because how do you reduce that load speed when you're trying to put like information or media or maybe a video that might slow down the website's load speed? But like, what is that a red flag? Even though you might need to put that kind of stuff on if you're trying to sell something?
There's lots of different ways that you can add, video, pictures, anything like that without slowing down the speed of the site. One is like downloading your videos to YouTube and then putting them on the site. That really helps with that load speed. It has to load within 2 to 3 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I would say if it doesn't, when somebody comes to the site, they need to know exactly what you do and how you can help them. I've seen so many sites over the years where you come on, they have this same bland tagline that everybody else has. You don't know whether they're a business firm or a criminal firm or they help personal injury clients. It needs to be really clear what you do. Adding, all your accolades and reviews to the homepage, even above the fold, is super important. They know when they come there, you're trusted, you're award winning, and other clients have loved working with you.
So, Ms. Lindsay, why is using client focused language more effective than firm centered messaging?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, but just to kind of boil it down for you, the big reason is when somebody's hiring an attorney, they're typically scared. Typically, it's an urgent matter, and they want to work with somebody who's going to care for them and who understands the problem that they're facing and is going to help them. So that, I mean, it's absolutely so important for that content to not be lawyer speak, for that content to speak to them, to their understanding of what's going on, and just for them to, feel confident enough to call you and convert into, a client.
So, Lindsay, what are some green flags that make people want to stay and maybe take the next step? You spoke about load time, you spoke about leaving your reviews and things like that at the top, but what else can keep people on that website?
Every firm is different. They have different ways of getting potential clients to stay on the site and eventually convert. Like that's the whole point, right? But it's all through content and making sure that you're adding relevant content on a regular basis to your site that's answering questions that your potential clients might have. So, regularly updating your blog, and how I always position a blog is, when your clients are asking you questions, keep those in mind and write a quick blog. It doesn't need to be 5,000 characters. Just, 500 to 1,000 characters. Just answer that question, but in layman's terms, not lawyer speak, again, because he will not understand it. And those blogs also show up really well in long-tailed search. So when somebody's asking Google a question or using voice search, which obviously is extremely prevalent today, other ways to keep them on the site is making, adding to your attorney bios, having those really beefed up. Video is one of the most important things you can do to keep people engaged. So if you have video, on the homepage and throughout the site, people are 10 times more likely to play that video than actually read the content. The use of video and continuing to add to video is just, it's not even an option these days. If you want to be a real player online, you need to be doing video.
So can you walk us through a quick homepage audit checklist firms can do right now to kind of follow what you're saying?
Yeah, there is a Google test the speed of your website tool. It's free. And we can put that in the comments when we post this.
Yeah.
But that tool is really helpful. It gives you basically a diagnostic, it goes through the load speed and the speed of the site. And it's a cool feature. But also just like easy ways that you can look at this is just make sure that it loads fast, that test it on several different screens. The test will show you if it's responsive or not and how responsive it is to different screens, but test it yourself. Have other people test it. Make sure all the buttons are working, that the click to call is working. That's huge. Make sure there's several different ways that people can connect with you on the homepage and throughout the site. So test your contact forms, test your click to call buttons, and just make sure the overall navigation of the site is easy to use. If it's easy to use to you, it's going to be easy to use for the client as well.
So what's one small change that can make a big difference in lead conversion?
I would say one huge difference would be, a lot of times when clients come to us, they're like, oh, I don't know, we've gone through marketer after marketer and we don't know why our phones aren't ringing off the hook. And then we look at their site and there's no clear call out on how to get in touch with them. So just making simple changes like that Uh, the whole point of the website really is to provide good professional information,
Right.
but also for them to call you and hire you. So make sure it's super easy for people to get in touch with you. And I know that I sound like like I'm repeating myself because I am. That's it's just so important.
Yeah.
And even like I've seen a lot of firms now have like text us options, so it's even easier to get in touch with them. Chat is a great feature. We partner with a company called Juvo Leads. They have an awesome chat program where you just pay per chat. There are some chat companies that do bog down the speed of your site, so just be careful when you're choosing, your chat partner. But that is another just small thing that you can add to the site. It's just adding some code to your site, and people can connect with that chat right away and talk about their problem and schedule an appointment with an attorney.
Awesome. So, Ms. Lindsay, if a firm is worried that their website is the awkward date, where should they start?
Well, they should call us. I would say where they should start is do a full have a full branding discussion, because if they think that they're at this if they're the awkward date, they probably are. And I mean, and the core marketing team at the firm should get together and say, maybe it's time for a rebrand. Maybe all of our stuff is awkward and outdated. And that really starts with, discussing what your mission is, what your mission statement is, and, really discussing your brand as a whole and how you want people to see you. And then it leads into, conversation about your target audience and your color palette and, all that. But it can really change the way that that people see your firm. And then you go from being awkward to, being brilliant.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your information.
Thank you.
That's it for today's episode of the Legal Marketing Happy Hour. If your website might be giving off the wrong vibe, visit AboveTheBarMarketing.com for a free homepage audit. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review. If this episode made you rethink your digital first impression, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.